Welcome back to Vlogmas, day 10. Today I want to talk about how to do some wood burning if you're a beginner. I like to start on Canva to make a design, canva.com. And it's pretty simple to just put one together and make it roughly the size that your medium is going to be. This takes a little bit of practice, but it's pretty easy to get in the end. You can always reprint it if you've gotten the size wrong. Some other ways you can do this are using a design you already see with some tracing paper and then using carbon paper. Or you can use a transfer tip if you have a toner printer. Once you get your design saved in JPEG form and then printed, you can go ahead and cut out some carbon paper that will fit that size. You're going to need a blank piece of wood for testing your tip, some sandpaper, something that you can wood burn on, unfinished wood that you've gotten from maybe a craft store, painter's tape, masking tape, or scotch tape works, and carbon paper if you're using this way of tracing, if you can't freehand like me. I can't freehand. You'll need a pen and some scissors as well. Lastly, I wanted to go over some of the tools you can use. Here's a really affordable piece that you can get from Plaid brand. I think I just picked this up at Walmart for $9 or $10. And this one doesn't have a heat setting. It's just an on-off button. And so you'll mostly be using your pressure to decide how your burn looks. You can also get this one from a craft store. Use your 40 or 50% off coupon on a day this is the only thing you need to buy for a very affordable price, $10 or $20. This one has a temperature control, so you can burn very lightly, different shades, or you can burn very hot for one shade. And again, you'll use pressure to determine how your burn looks as well. It comes with a stand and lots of tips as well. The way I like to change tips is I'll have one in when I turn it on, and then if I need to change that tip for a different look, I'll simply use a pair of pliers to unscrew that tip while it's hot, put it in a metal pot or pan or a pan lid, and use the pliers to put a different tip back on. This round tip is a transfer tool, so you can transfer ink from a toner, and you can use the heat to transfer that image right onto your medium. There's rounded tips like this one, which is the kind I use the most for medium to large size images. And then there's narrower tips that you can use for tiny fonted letters, things like that. Start by cutting out what you've printed off. And you're going to want to make it as narrow as you can to fit on that image so you can make sure it's centered. If you cut your piece too big, it'll be hard to tell if it's centered evenly. Once you get it where you want it to be, you can get a piece of carbon paper, cut a piece of that, and you're going to place it. You'll see there's a shiny side and a duller side. You're going to put the shiny side down underneath in between your wood and your printed piece. Affix that to your medium with some form of tape, and then you're going to begin to trace. I have a medium width thing here to trace, and you can just easily fill it in like you're coloring, or for bigger pieces you can trace all along like you're just doing the edges there. This is where the sandpaper will come in, and you can use it as sort of an eraser when some of the carbon rubs off on your medium. Just go around and go with the grain. Test your wood burning tip on your extra piece of wood there. And then here you're just going to start your burn. It's as simple as tracing. I like to pull the tool away from me as I draw. I find that that makes neater lines. And you're going to just want to play around, get some pieces to start with that aren't for anything serious, and just play around with what kind of pressure makes what kind of line. Whether you like to pull the tool towards you as you make a mark or away from you. And how long you should leave your tool on your wood. If you leave it on a little bit longer in one spot than another spot, it can make extra little burn holes. And as you go, feel free to go over a line once or twice to smooth it out, even it out. For example, on my dates, my second 6 was slightly bigger than my first 6, so I went back over my first 6 and just used the line as a guide, but didn't follow it exactly. And then you can make everything a little bit more uniform. At the end, you can optionally stain your items for a really pretty finished look. I like to use lighter color wood stains. This one is called Golden Oak, and it works well for light pieces where you're trying to draw attention to the words. I like to use darker stain on pieces that are for something like jewelry boxes. You want to stain in the direction of the wood grain, and then wipe it off in the direction of the wood grain as well. For larger pieces, you want to make a swipe and wipe it right off. For a smaller piece, I don't find it makes a huge difference if you finish the whole piece with stain before you wipe it off. Make sure you do all along the edges, trying to not get any on rope if you have rope on your piece. And then wipe off. I'm going to include some pictures here of a few of my finished pieces as well. These are some different ideas of things that you can do with wood burning, jewelry boxes, anything else. I hope that you're having wonderful holidays so far. Thanks for watching.